Junior, can you hear me, my brother?
Yes, loud and clear, loud and clear. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, bro. We can hear you. Okay, cool, perfect. So, guys, what we're really going to be doing right now, we're going to be doing a Q&A session with Mr. David Imonitie. We understand that his time is very precious. So we've got some questions that, we're actually going to be asking David on your behalf as well. But what we can do, we can offer, so we've got 5 questions to ask. We have a couple pre-arranged questions. But what we want you guys to do, I'm going to open up the chat box right now, and we're going to give you a chance to ask our mentor, David Imonitie, any questions that you have. So again, put a question, one question that's really on your mind in the chat box right now. We will find one, and we're going to direct that with Mr. David Imonitie, right? So, Junior, are you there, bro?
Yes, loud and clear, loud and clear.
Be amazing, bro. So I'm going to spotlight your video.
Awesome.
I know you have some questions, so I'm going to let you ask the first question, and then I'm going to plug our mentor David into this call right now as well, so he can ask as well, bro. So let me just see if he's on the call. Perfect. David, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you for plugging back into this call. We really appreciate your time. Thank
you so much.
Yeah.
I saw he was about to go into the Rolls-Royce Dawn, so it was quite an amazing sight. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. What a great mentor to have, guys. Right? This makes you elevate your vision, makes you elevate your senses all the time. But Coach, I have a question for you. And the question is, how important is the first 72 hours specifically for someone new getting into this company? How important is that first 48 to 72 hours for someone getting involved into this company?
You said how important is what?
How important is the first 72 hours or from when someone enrolls? How crucial is that 72-hour period for them to actually get up to speed with what's going on with the company?
Yeah. I think that is a lot of times that's the do or die. That's the do or die period for a brand new person. You kind of have 72 hours to kind of get them to believe that it can work, because obviously when you first get started, you're inundated with the 4 mental enemies. You're going to go through rejection, you're going to go through deception, you're going to go through attrition and apathy. So the first 72 hours, you want to get them engaged in some sort of activity and give them some sort of win. And that win can be, someone being invited onto a call. That win can be a presentation, taking place. That win can be, them getting their first 2 customers. A win can be them writing down their reasons why they're doing the business. You've got to get them engaged. If you just sign people up and you don't connect with them within the first 24 hours to 72 hours, you're more than likely going to lose that new person that came into your business.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. And David, going on to the next question. I've got a question for you. And obviously, we know that you're successful in this industry. You're a great entrepreneur, a great business person. For someone that's just come in, right? And, obviously they're coming in, they got the systems for trading, everything's their trading, and they really want to, endeavor in the business side of things. Through your journey and everything that you know now, what advice would you tell someone that's just got started, or even yourself, if you was to go back in time for when you first got started in the industry, what advice would you give yourself with all that you know now?
First thing is to understand that this is a process. People usually want things to happen very, very fast. We live in a microwave society, right? And, I've been broke all of my life, right? But as soon as I get involved in this business, I need to be rich the first 30 days. I need to be rich the first 90 days. It doesn't work like that. It took you that long to get to where it is that you are right now. Why do you feel like it should happen, overnight? So the first thing I would tell a brand new person is to understand that this is going to be a process, and for them to make the commitment that they're in it for the long haul. No one has ever been successful. You look at Jeff Bezos, he started Amazon to sell books, and he didn't know Amazon was going to become the company that it is today. He didn't know that. If he says he did, he's lying. He did not know. but he took it one day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time, year at a time. And as his faith grew, his business grew, his belief grew, he started taking more action, started getting better people around him. And you look up today, he's projected to be the first trillionaire by 2026. So the first thing I would tell a brand new person is to understand that this is a process, but let's identify why you're doing the business. I always have people identify, why are you really doing this business? I need you to write down 5 reasons why you're doing it. And once they do that, then I want to get them plugged into the services. I want to get them plugged into the education. I want them to start getting comfortable with the world of Forex, and then we go from there.
Absolutely fantastic. And you mentioned the commitment. Just for everyone on this call, they're thinking, how long should that commitment be? A month, 3 months? How long would you recommend that commitment to be?
Me personally,
Yeah.
my commitment was for however long it was going to take. That was my commitment. Now, what I teach people is you want to be committed for at least 18 months. You got to give it at least 18 months. All right. But if you're a true champion, if you're a winner, it's however long it takes. That's how long I'm going to be committed. All right. But when I bring new people in and coaching new people, say, listen, if you're not going to commit 18 months to this, I don't even want you to get involved in the business.
And I kind of love where we're at with the conversation right now. And obviously through your time, is there a reason why it's 18 months and not 12 months or 24 months? Why is it 18 months? Is there something that happens in that course of time?
I don't know. I think that's just something I've learned, for the last, 12 years. I think it takes at least 18 months to go through and learn what it is that you need to learn in order to really see the results that you're looking for. The first 90 days, you're trying to figure stuff out. The first 90 days, your first 6 months, you kind of got a little bit of hang of it. Then the next 6 months, you're perfecting what it is that you have. And then the last 6 months, you're really fully engaged and you got a rhythm of how things should go. And I think it takes at least 18 months. But even if it took longer than that, if it took 3 years, if it took 5 years, it took 10 years, I didn't care. For me, it was, I had to be successful however long it was going to take.
Wow. I think I got 3 questions out of you on that one, so I'm going to hand it back to Jay.
Amazing. That's an amazing question, man. Really great answers. David, a question for you is about, I know you always speak about the 4 major factors why a company is the company to be in, or a company that, is in this industry that is, going to be successful. When people might ask, so why IM? Why is IM going to be the place? And I remember you spoke about 4 factors on many of your calls that you've done. Can you just talk to the people about the four specific reasons why IM, is moving at the speed that it's moving at right now, and why someone would have a great time getting involved in having success?
Yeah. The 4 factors when I looked at this 4 years ago, they're still true. They're still true today. And the first one is timing. Timing is not everything, but I think it's at the very top of the list of what you look at when you're taking a look at any opportunity. Not just the timing in the company, but also the timing in the leader. You guys, where you are right now, this is the perfect time for a person to get involved in your business, because you're having success, but you're still in that hunger phase. You're still in that phase of, you're going to go out there and make it happen. So now they can kind of piggyback off of that wave. You see what I'm saying? If someone is enrolled by me right now, they're not going to get my time, not right now. Right? Mm-hmm. They would have got my time maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, but not today. So timing in the business is critical, but also timing with the leader that you actually enroll. And it's not that I don't want to give them my time. It's just my time is spread so thin with the amount of people that we're working with at this point. Okay. Sorry about that. So I would say timing is extremely important. And then I would say leadership. Leadership would be the second thing that I would say would be the most important thing, because everything rises and falls on leadership, right? Everything rises and falls on leadership. So you want to get connected to the right people that have the results, that have the integrity, have the character, have the work ethic, have the positive mental attitude, have the influence. That is very, very critical. Okay, so leadership. And then you got to have an aggressive compensation plan, right? People have to be motivated by what they see. They have to look at your comp plan and say, okay, you know what? I can do it. I can make money with that. I can definitely make it happen. And then last, you have to have a product or service that works. And that's what we have here. You know, if our services didn't work, then we wouldn't have the success that we're having right now. People are able to win because they're able to utilize the educational platform that we have, and they're able to succeed even without having to go out and build a business.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Over to you, Montel.
Thank you. And, you know, I saw this question in the chat box. It kind of relates to the question I was going to ask myself. And, you know, when we look at the leadership, so you spoke on leadership, when we look at the likes of the amazing leadership that we have for yourself, you know, Matt Rosa, Jason Brown, Alex Morton, even Tapia, you guys really came into this, you know, company and really changed the culture and made it kind of what it is today. So someone asks, you know, how do you create that culture in the chat box? And I really want to kind of pick your brain on what it takes to create that culture that you guys have really done to allow this company to be where it is today.
You know, culture is just a behavior. You know, it's really how you behave, right? And, you know, the leaders behave in a certain way, right? There's a certain language, you know, how you carry yourself, what's being taught, right? If you look at the culture in the UK, it's probably a little different from the culture here in the US, right? You look at the culture in Japan, it's probably a little different from the culture in Nigeria, right? So what brought that about? It's just the way people behave, right? It's the way what they were taught, you know, what was given to them as a child. So when we got started here, my goal was to create a culture of belief and leadership. That if we had, you know, strong amount of belief and we had strong leaders, that no matter what challenges we were going to face, because we were going to face challenges, that we could overcome it. I knew that those two elements were critical to success. So belief in, we set the goal, we set the vision, we started out with 100 chairmen, now it's up to 1,000 chairmen, that's what the goal is. And then every single day, leadership is being taught, leadership is being developed, so that when challenges do come, we have the capabilities to overcome those challenges. So I would say, you know, how you behave, how you treat people, I think that's part of the culture. You know, I had a conversation with you guys a while ago, and I said, you know, when you guys come together, your business will grow. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. And people, you know, a lot of times people ask, you know, what's going, you know, Bryce's group or this group or that group. And I said, guys, they're not doing a special presentation. They don't have like a different PowerPoint. They don't have different services than everybody else. What they do have is they have unity. All right. They work together, they support each other. That's all part of creating a culture. So you guys are now creating a culture within a culture, to where when people look at you and look at your leaders, they say, man, I want to be a part. I want to be with those guys. I want to be with those women. I want to be with those men. That's what you're looking for. So people don't buy the business. They buy you. They buy the culture.
Wow. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that and clearing that point up. That was amazing. Thank you. Jay, over to you, bro.
Yes. Wow, amazing. I've got so much value, man. Wow, I feel like I'm gonna sign up all over again. Send me that link. So, David, I have a question for you in regards to the launch. I know you also have a 5-step launch. I actually use the same launch, but just, you know, to hear it from someone different, to hear it from our coach, you know, the 5-step launch. You know, the specific five things that someone must do when they get started to actually have a successful, you know, 72 hours, successful first few weeks in the company.
Yeah, I kind of talked about it in the answers that I gave. You know, first writing down, you know, 5 reasons why you're doing the business. Got to get connected to your why. If you know why you're doing it, then you'll stay in the game long enough for you to win. and then, you know, getting plugged into the services, getting plugged into IM Academy, getting them plugged into whatever services your group is really utilizing right now, building a list, you know, creating a list of people that you want to expose to the opportunity. Obviously, social media has completely changed the game now today. So utilizing social media to expose the business to as many people as possible would be critical. And then setting up, you know, meetings. You know, obviously in today's world, we can't really do a whole lot of home meetings right now. So it's about Zoom, you know, setting up 4 to 6 Zoom presentations for that brand new person, for them to share the content with other people, you know, and you help them do that, help them get their first 2 customers, and then, you know, be here 18 months from now, you know, and just repeat that process, you know, commit to personal self-development, commit to learning, commit to growth. If you grow, your income will grow. You know, once I made that connection that my income was a direct reflection of my ability to grow. So you only grow through the books you read, tapes you listen to, and associations that you have. So once I learned that, I just focused on that. I worked my business, but I worked hard on myself to where now my self-worth was worth what I wanted.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing. Wow. Thank you.
And you know, just before we go, because I know we got a couple more questions. I'm seeing this quite a lot in the chat box, and for a lot of newcomers, they're kind of asking, how do they handle objection? You know, when they come in, they see results and they want to tell the whole world about it, and the whole world saying, you know, I'm going to do it, but maybe next month, or, you know, not right now, but I'm going to do it. What would you do, you know, when you first came in and a lot of people were giving you objection after objection after objection? And branching off that question, how did you create urgency so you could kind of see those results coming in, you know, as soon as possible as well?
You know, those 2 questions are, you know, that was my journey 16, 15 years ago, right? So when I got involved in this business, I didn't waste time with if someone was telling me no or yes. That wasn't my concern. But how do you handle objections? If you're brand new, you shouldn't be the one handling objections. You should be the one pointing to the information, pointing to your upline, your upline chairman of P5000 or P2000 that's doing the presentation, you know. And if a person says no right now, that's okay. That's part of the game. You have to understand that this is a numbers game, right? This is a numbers game. So I don't necessarily have a way of, you know, if someone says, you know, I'm not interested right now, my response to them is, okay, fantastic. You know, and I move on to the next person. You know, I don't try to, you know, we used to have something called feel, felt, found. You know, I understand how you feel. You know, I felt the same way, but you know what I found out? You know, I could give you all that, but it's not going to make a huge difference, right? What I learned to do was go through the numbers, right? And plug people into the information, plug people into the presentations and say, hey, listen, you know, you saw it, you know, what did you like best about what you saw? You know, you saw a way for you to multiply money, you saw a way for you to create residual income. If a person says, I'm not really interested in that right now, I would just have a real conversation with them and say, okay, well, if you're not interested in multiplying money, if you're not interested in accumulating money, then what are you interested in? You know, what are you interested in? Well, you know, I'm working my job right now. Okay, well, listen, is your job giving you the life that you want to live right now? It is? Oh, well, then fantastic. Continue with that. It's not? Well, then don't you think you should be open to other opportunities that can give you the life that you want to live? All right? Because remember, your goal should not be to sign people up. Your goal should be to help them be successful, right? Well, in order for them to be successful, they got to get in. So getting in that's on them. My job is to plant the seeds. My job is to go through the numbers, go through the numbers, go through the numbers, go through the numbers, go through the numbers. Everybody's not going to say no. Everybody's not going to say yes, but enough will say yes for me to get rich.
Wow. Amazing. And we are so respectful of your time. If we could just squeeze 2 more questions in there, you know, we'd really appreciate that.
2 more, because I got to run.
I know.
Okay, cool.
Jay, go for it.
The question is belief. For someone new coming in, what are the starting thing they should do to really build their belief from scratch? And some of them may not have a clue about the belief system, you know, all the things that we know about belief, and we know that that's, you know, a very critical, huge factor while we're here right now in this position in this company. So what would you advise for anyone that is probably not really familiar to it? What specific audios, what specific bits of information, what specific things should they do to get their belief from 0 to 100?
I'll tell you, the biggest thing I did when I got on this journey was I stayed close to the fire, right? Because no one sat me down and said, David, okay, this is how you believe. Let me teach you this. Let me teach you this. This is something I've learned over the years, and I still learn it now. I still spend quite a bit of money on learning the power of belief. But for a brand new person, the biggest thing I would tell you is stay in communication with the people that are successful. Because if you're not in communication with them, that means that you're in communication with two people. You're in communication with yourself, and you're in communication with someone that is not successful. And those two people can't get you to where it is that you want to go. So if I was brand new listening to this right now, I say, hey, who's my upline P2000? Who's my upline P5? Who's my upline chairman? And I need direct contact to that person. And I was a bugaboo. I bugged the people that were successful. I would call them, even if they didn't know. I would figure out. I would get their number. I would call them. I'm stationed with them. I didn't care. I wanted to be close to the fire. I wanted to be close to someone who was successful, because I knew that if I was talking to myself, I only knew broke language at that time. All right. And then, then they start, okay, get the book Think and Grow Rich, or get the audio Magic of Believing, or, you know, get The Stranger's Secret. And I started listening to that. You know, The Secret came out, and then Bob Proctor. And over time, then I learned the belief system. But a lot of times you could tell, you can teach a person everything about belief. Doesn't mean they're going to go out and do it right now. But the biggest thing they have to do, they have to stay in communication. They have to stay close. And one of the biggest ways to grow your belief is events, right? So events are happening through Zoom right now. So this Zoom has impacted a person's belief system today, right? Obviously, when all this thing, you know, all this pandemic stuff goes away, then we'll have events where we can actually meet up. And you guys know that's the ultimate multiplier.
Wow.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And the last question. So you said you was a bugaboo to those people that were Platinum 1000s, P2000s, P5s, and Chairman 10s. Let's talk about an individual that actually comes in, they've, you know, conquered the trading to a certain extent. They're really building their business now, and they're actually climbing through the leadership positions, right? So I got a question here, and it simply says, you know, when you're close to a position and it seems so close yet so far, what's the most important thing to do to keep going so you can smash through that rank and keep your faith strong? What are some of the things you would have done?
This is it's a great question. It's a great question to end on. When you're close to a goal and it seems like it's far away, what you have to do is take your focus off of you. Okay? Wow. And look at your organization and ask one question: who can I serve? Wow. How close are they to their goals? Who's close to P600? Who's close to P1000? Who's close to P150? Who's close? And what happens is, if you focus on helping them get what it is that they want, you will look up and automatically you would have already hit your goal. But if your attention is just your goal, your goal, your goal, now anxiety is going to set in, fear is going to set in. You know, I've been there, right? But when I learned, I said, okay, well, let me take the focus off of me, right? So if I need, let's say I was 50 away from a goal, right? I can focus on 50, right? Or I can identify 10 people and help them get 5. Right? I can do a conference call for 10 people and say, hey guys, let's invite some people on this call, do a call for them, help them get their 5. 10 times 5 is my 50.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And, you know, going off that, service to great, many leads to greatness. So thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being the man that you are. And, you know, we follow you forever. So thank you so much, David.
Awesome, bro. Appreciate you guys. Keep rocking.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations again to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Guys, put a 77777 in the chat for the value that you just got right there. Our mentor. We're fired up right now. Jay, you fired up?
Let's go, man. I'm excited. I'm signing up all over again, bro.
I know. I'm going to send you my link this time, right?
No problem, bro. No problem. Send me it.
All right. So, bro, just real quick, before we round off this call, I thought it'd be really nice, obviously, coming into this business, for a lot of people that are here right now for the first time, if we could kind of go through our journey, what's allowed us to get to, the position where we are right now, what's allowed us to get to chairman, because I'm sure everyone on this call right now, they're looking at that chairman position as like, wow. I remember the first time I got started, I was looking at chairman like, wow, 500 people, I didn't even know 50, right? I didn't even have 50 contacts on my phone. So, how can I get to chairman? So I think it would be really good if everyone could hear like our story and how we got to chairman, and just take some of the stuff that we have to really teach on our journey so they can take what worked and, avoid what didn't work for us. All right. Cause that's going to allow them to get to chairman quicker. So bro, if you could really go into your journey, go into depth on your story and some of the key practices that you took into place that allow you to go to chairman, bro, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Amazing, bro. Thank you so much, Montel, for that amazing, actually organizing it. Because Mr. Montel put some 777s. It was his idea to actually come up with this call, man. So I just ran with it. I'm just grateful to be a part of his life and him to be a part of my life. I'm just so excited for him and for the entire organization right now. But my journey to chairman was incredible. I mean, I got involved in this company, at a time where the UK didn't have no chairman, right? Ivan Vongbo was a platinum 150 when he showed me this business. I called him the other day. He was a 2 and 3. So I was the person that he enrolled to go P150. Okay, and that's how early on we was. And then Montel was my third sign up that I had to get to go P150 as well, right? So it's just crazy to see what happened. But my journey, I'm not gonna take too long. I really want to give it to Montel for him to share his source. But real quick, for me, when I got involved, I saw, an amazing opportunity to help a lot of people. And at the beginning, I didn't really understand about the industry. I didn't understand about belief. I didn't understand about prospecting. I didn't understand about all these things. But what I done was, and one thing that David said was, I was a sponge. I was just listening to every single person that had the results that I wanted. I was listening to David, Ivan Tapia, Ivan Vongbo, Zain Khan. We were just taking the information in. And I remember one of the first times I spoke to Zain 3 years ago. And I remember Zain was a P600, right? He was a P600. And I remember he was like, yeah, man, he was flying to Orlando, Florida for an event. And I remember just speaking to him on WhatsApp. And he was like, yeah, one day there'll be many chairmen in the UK. And I had no idea what a chairman was. I heard of it, but I just didn't understand. Like, it was such a big thing for me. So one of the things that I would say is, and I would advise anyone new getting started right now is, really want to, break down what your goal is going to be and then work backwards. So I set a goal. I said, okay, I want to be a platinum 1000. I need 12, 12, 6. I need a platinum 600 in one line, a platinum 600 in the other line, and then 2 P150s in one line. And that's how I broke down my business. So at the beginning, when I was starting, me and Montel had no idea about network marketing. We didn't know about all these conferences going on. I didn't even know who Bob Proctor was. I didn't know who Tony Robbins was at the time. I didn't know who Les Brown was. I knew who Les Brown was. That was the only motivational speaker that I knew. And I was just new in the whole thing. And I was like a sponge. I was like a baby, just taking in all the information. And that's probably the one thing that served me well at the beginning was I wasn't the most talented. I didn't have I had no social media. I had no social media. I had no Instagram. I think I had like 200 followers and I had like 4 posts when I first got started in this industry. So I didn't have a social presence. I didn't have all this drip, all this stuff that we talk about now. It was simply just an average dude working a 9-to-5 job, looking for an extra stream of income to help his family. And for me, I just ran with the vision. I ran with everything that was within me. I took the information that I needed. At the beginning, it took me a month to hit P150. It took me a month. I was literally, enrolling. I enrolled one guy, and I enrolled another guy, and I was looking for the third guy. I was looking around, prospecting, and it took me that whole 2-week period between my second and my third enrollment which was actually Montel. So thank you, Montel. You put me out of my misery, man. You saved me right there, bro. Because I was stressing. I was calling Evan. So some of you guys right now are forget about what's happening now. Let's talk about the beginning. At the beginning, I was just like every single one of you. Me and Montel were at the beginning of our careers in this industry. I had made no money from trading. I'd made no money from building a business. I was brand new in the industry. I didn't have no influence in terms of business influence. So at the beginning, I was just trying to. One thing about me is I have a lot of energy. You can talk about the way me and Montel talk. We have a lot of energy. We're excited. We're fired up, and we're really grateful about the opportunity. But at the same time, I was just brand new, so I was just prospecting everybody. It took me 1 month to hit P150. So don't get discouraged if you're trying to make things happen and you don't see results immediately. It will happen eventually, right? We hit P600 after about 6 weeks, okay? And then from there, Platinum 1000, 10 weeks, and then Platinum 2000, about 16 weeks in, we hit Platinum 2000. So, and I was Platinum 2000 for 2 years, for 26 months. Montel outranked me. I was happy, man. I was fired up. I was like, listen, if you have a group and you have someone that goes past you in your business, you should always be happy and always be grateful for that person and celebrate them. I was excited for him. He inspired me at that time. Yes, I was the quote unquote upline. I hate that word, but upline or whatever they call it. I was a mentor to him, but he was inspiration to me because I was seeing someone making the money that, wow, it's 5K a month. So I got to work even faster. Went through many setbacks, had many things that happened in my business. Me and Montel both went through things. We were both at that one position for many months, for about 2 years, both of us. But during that period made us, okay? And thank God, most of you won't have to go through that period of being a P2 or P5 or even a P1 for a long period of time, because with this company right now, we have such great momentum, and it's just such an amazing feeling right now. When we first got started in the company, there wasn't that many promotions to look up to. Like, wow, I didn't see many people like myself that looked like me, that was from the same era I was from, that was a chairman. When I first started, there was no one that, there were chairmen in the UK, there were chairmen in the company, but I didn't see many. I think probably the first chairman that I saw that looked like me was probably, I can't remember. I think it was Emery Holmes, Mr. Banks. I saw him in Vegas. And I was like, wow, this gentleman, the same age as me. He looks like me. He talks a little bit like me. This guy is a chairman. I can do it. And I think at that time, Montel was a chairman 50, right? And I was like, wow, chairman 50. And then we saw many other people get involved. And it's always good to have someone that you can, if you can't, one thing that Bryce Thompson always says is, you've got to work hard enough, and you got to go into enough rooms. You've got to go into enough webinars. You got to go and do enough Zoom calls until you find you. And if you find you over and over and over again, your job is done. And what that means is you want to find other people that have the same desire you have, that have the same passion for the industry that you have. And if you keep finding that same person over and over and over, look at Bryce's team. He's got 70 chairmen in his business right now. Think about it. All 70 chairmen have some DNA from Bryce Thompson. And that's why he has that success, because he's found himself over and over and over again. And that's what I've done. I literally looked at people that I could work with, and I duplicated myself into them. And that 2-year period, I learned so much. I learned so much about myself. Money management, for example. Right now, as chairman, we're not, just going out there and spending unwisely. Because of our time at a rank for so long, we had to manage our money. So right now, as 6-figure earners, we're putting money away right now. We're putting money into the right things right now, because we understand the power of investing, the power of actually, multiplying and accumulating it, multiplying it, protecting it, and giving it away, and giving it away. So we're really, really excited about, what's happening right now. And when I hit P5000, that was about 12th of April, I think, 12th of March. Yeah, we hit P5K. But when I hit P5K, I had a phone call with Riyad Jones. He's actually a chairman 50 right now. He's very, very close to chairman 100. And I had a chat with Riyad Jones. He said, Junior, you need to run through this rank. You need to run through it. Don't even think about it. You need to be here for maximum 4 weeks. And then I made an affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a chairman 10 in 4 weeks. And it's so crazy. On the 12th of April, we hit P5. On the 12th of March, we hit chairman 10. So it's exactly 4 weeks. As a matter of fact, I got promoted at 1 p.m. to P5 on April the 12th, and I got promoted. Sorry, guys. I got promoted as P5 on the 12th of April at 1 p.m. And then I got promoted on the 12th of March. So 12th of March, P5, 12th of April, Chairman 10, exactly the same time at 1 p.m. So that was an incredible moment for me. But more importantly than that, we was able to help Mr. Montel. He hit Chairman, which is probably more exciting than even when I hit, because this is someone that I've been watching inspire so many people. So the journey's been incredible, guys. We are actually a sneeze away from the next position. Chairman 25, we're not stopping. Miss Katrina Wurgis, brand new Chairman 10 in the company as well. So we're really excited about what's going on right now. We got another Chairman, Miss Charmin Mia, about to pop right now. So we're really, really grateful for everything that's happening in the company, but it's just the beginning. Chairman 10 is just the beginning of the rest of our lives. So Mr. Montel, back to you, my brother.
Amazing, bro. And thank you so much. And you really touched on a couple of things I really want to just, reiterate on. You spoke about, being at that position a certain amount of time, 2 years as a Platinum 2000, going through many, many obstacles. What I love about you and your story is that, I remember when we first met, your energy was contagious. And I was thinking, what's the fuel behind that energy? However, if you look at the obstacles that you hit, you were saying you do affirmations. You had a tremendous strategy to overcome these obstacles. And we know for a lot of new people, you're going to come in and you're going to get these obstacles as well. So, bro, what are some of the things you've done to overcome these obstacles, especially when you was at a certain rank for a certain amount of time, or even, brand new starting up, financial obstacles and so on, bro?
Good question, man. I mean, one of the things that I would say that I definitely done is I celebrated everybody. And if you're on this call right now and you're going through a stagnant period, I hate saying that word, but if you're at a position for an amount of time, I don't call it stuck. No one's stuck at a rank. It's just that you're going through a process, and what I done was I celebrated everybody. I didn't care who it was. Listen, I'm the kind of person, even till now, I had a chat with Mr. Nate, Chairman 250, and I said, bro, listen, I want to let you know I love you, bro. I appreciate you. I celebrate you, man. I just, I FaceTimed him. Bro, I love you, man. I celebrate your success. You're an inspiration to me. You look just like me. We're both from Jamaica. Both of our families are set free. Thank you for inspiring me. And I called him today, and he's like, yeah, Jay, what's up, man? Congratulations to you as well. And he said, bro, I'm coming to London to do an event. So by the way, we're going to have an event with Mr. Nate Samuel, Chairman 250, obviously, after a few months from now, probably either beginning of the year, next year, or end of this year. We're going to fly him to London. We're going to do an event together. Possibly Bryce Thompson will be there as well. But I just celebrate people. That's in my nature. And even from when I was younger, I'm the kind of person, I've never had an ego where I always want to see someone else win. Even when I was going through the hardest times in my career, I always wanted to see someone else win. I always celebrated people, all the time. And that's why God has given me the success now, is because I never held back from celebrating. I want my team to be better than me. I want my team to surpass me. I want that to happen. I want them to do it. I want them to go out there. I got out of Montel's way a long time ago. Bro, do your thing, man. You don't need me for everything. You go out there and run your play, man. You go hit Chairman 500, man. Do your thing. And you've got to celebrate your group, man. You can't be the dictator or yes, I'm a leader, and yes, I have a group that's very large, over 1,000 customers, and things are going really well. But at the same time, I'm just a figure of an example of what is possible. I don't expect for every person to follow every word that I do, that I say, in terms of do it exactly this way. You might have your own way of presenting. You might have your own way of doing certain things. So for me, I celebrated my group so much. I celebrated other leaders. There was some guy, I think there was a guy that hit Chairman 10 a few weeks ago from Miami. He doesn't even know who I am. And I FaceTimed him. I got his number from another leader, and he hit Chairman. I was like, bro, congratulations. He's like, who's this? I was like, oh, man, it's Junior, man, from London, bro. Congratulations. I was like, I love you, bro. I appreciate you, man. You're inspiring a lot of people. I've never met this guy. I've never spoken to him before. I didn't even know he existed. But I think Nick Gomez, Chairman 25, that guy is in his team. And so I FaceTimed him. And just those little things that I do all the time, I FaceTime, when Cash the Great hit Chairman 100, when Bryce hit Chairman 500, I FaceTime him. And that's my nature. That's what I do. And that culture has now gone through my group. Now every leader that they also celebrate other people as well. Like I'm talking about celebrating them above and beyond everybody else. You've got to out celebrate people. I know we talk about outwork. I'm gonna outwork him. Okay, that's cool. You can outwork people, but I believe what's better is out celebrating. You know, being the biggest celebrator. You know, everyone. You know, when I hit chairman, I got a FaceTime from Gary McSween, chairman 100, Justin Owens, Clive Johnson, Cruikshanks, David Imonitie, Ivan Tapia, Alex Morton, Ariel Martin. I can't remember. I forgot how many. I literally, Richard Thanet, Garrett Roberts, Mr. Banks called me, Cash the Great called me, Keita called me. They all called me. Noah Trimble. I'm like, I didn't even know they knew me. But it's because of the celebration that I give to them, they give it back. You know, and that's what you want. And that's probably the biggest thing that kept me excited through this whole period. There's many other factors as well. Celebrating people has definitely been my biggest thing that's got me through the hard times. Because when I celebrate people, I feel like I'm in that zone myself. I feel like I got promoted to chairman 50. I feel like now, if you look at my story yesterday, I put all the chairman 25 promotions on my story. Why am I doing that? I'm letting the universe know that I celebrate people that are making more money than me, and I'm willing to celebrate Mr. Ivan Bongo and Abdullah Sandu and all these leaders that have the results I don't have. I'm willing to submit to their words. I'm willing to listen to them. I'm willing to take advice from them. I'm willing to celebrate them every single day. And I'm specifically celebrating Chairman 25 right now. Obviously, yes, I'm celebrating the other ranks, but Chairman 25s, I am calling specifically. I've been having a lot of conversation with Chairman 25 recently, and specifically those people. Yes, Chairman 50, yes, Chairman 100, Zayn Khan. Oh, I mean, we speak every single day, but you got to celebrate whatever position you want to hit. Celebrate that position now. Put your headphones in, dance up and down in your house. You know, celebrate, scream out loud, get the signs, get the posters. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a Chairman 25. I've got it on my folder here. I got signs everywhere that I'm saying every day. So when it happens, it's not a surprise. It's already done. You know, it's already done. 6,000 a week is done. It's done. Yes, I believe it. It's done. And you gotta have that belief system. So celebrating other people, also being around positive people, man. You know, I'll be honest with you guys. I went through many struggles as a P2K, but none of you guys would have known it. And another thing that I would say is, I was so happy during that period. Like I was genuinely, yes, I wasn't making a lot of money, like as much money as I'm making now. And, you know, I just got paid, you know, $4,000 yesterday in a infinity bonus. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm very excited. And I'm so happy to God. But I've been happy throughout this whole period. Me making more money now as a Chairman 10, Chairman 25 loaded. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not any more happy. I was already happy then. I was happy that obviously I wasn't happy with my financial situation, of course. I wanted more, obviously you want to make more money, but I was genuinely happy and grateful now for what was going to happen today. So I'm not anymore, I'm already happy. I'm happy with the friends I've got, with the partner that I have, with the family, when the quarantine's over, we're going to fly to Miami to see Alex Morton and Jason Brown in their apartment. Then we're going to go to Houston and see David. I'm happy. I'm so happy. Yes, the money's there. People say money doesn't buy happiness. That's a lie. But what I would say is money buys peace first, peace of mind, which then gives you happiness, options, opportunities to buy things. I'm not saying that it buys you direct happiness, because there's some people that are wealthy and they're miserable. But I am telling you this, money buys you peace. You don't have to think about bills no more. You have to think about, when we buy things now, we don't look at our bank account no more. We don't look at price tags anymore. That's just because we have a little bit more leverage financially. Doesn't mean that we're better than anybody. It means that we have a little bit more options. So for me, I've been happy throughout this whole period, man. Obviously, I've had my down days. I've had my sad days. Everyone has their bad days. But I've more often than not, I've been happy and grateful every single day, smiling and being and celebrating everyone and being really excited. That's kind of my answer to that.
Well, thank you so much for that in-depth detail, bro. You know, absolutely amazing. So much to learn from that. And my last question to you, going on your journey, before you do, obviously, before I go into my story, bro, you spoke about it. You spoke about You know, what Bryce said, as in you going into as many different rooms, as many different calls possible to find a better version of you, or even a version of you, right? So could you talk about the importance of always growing, always personally developing? So, you know, because people understand, they think, oh, I want that person that's going to come in and blow up my business. Or I want that trader that's just going to come in and send all the trades into the chat. But could you, you know, really emphasize on the importance of the person on this call growing to be that leader, right? To attract other leaders or to find other leaders and why they need to do that, bro. That'd be amazing. I got one more question after.
You just said the word leader just as I picked up this book, right? And that was not a mistake.
And is that a clue, bro? Is that a clue?
This is a clue. This is a clue. This is a book called John C. Maxwell, Developing the Leader Within You. I've read this book. Me and Montel have read this book many times between us and Charmin as well, other leaders. Please, this book will change everything about your business. This book has really helped me. It actually helped me get out of, you know, when I was after Dallas, I started listening to this book, and it's really been, this book is one thing I would advise guys. What I do, I listen to the audio and I read it at the same time. That's how serious I am about personal development. I do 2 hours. I told Kat as well. Yes, we like music, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But I listen to personal development 2 hours every single day. You know what I'm saying? Every single day. The music is just for enjoyment and just to relax, just to unwind a little bit. And it's not even like, it's positive music. It's music that will inspire you. You know, there's that new Drake song called I forgot what it's called. He's like when he's going around the city of Toronto. It's a great song, and he's talking about his journey, and it's inspiring. But one thing I'll say, what's even better than music is personal self-development. You must do 1 to 2 hours every single day. Because listen, guys, this morning I woke up and I listened to an hour of this book. I listened to an hour of David's audio. I actually done 3 hours today. I done another hour of listening to a book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. And then I read a little bit of Your Wish is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau. So obviously, you know, I believe in personal development. This is the reason why we're here. You know, our mindset. There's many things that happen in business, and you've got to have your mind in the right place. You know, yes, it's important to be excited. Yes, it's important to be fired up, but you know, you've got to have some substance in you. For example, when you ask me a question, someone asks Montel a question, he can answer that question without notes, without having to think about it. Why? Because we have this reservoir in us. We have this pump. When you pump a well, I want you guys to write this down. When you pump a well, right? If you guys know what a well is, right? When you pump a well, there's fresh water that comes out all the time. That's how Montel's mind is. That's how David's mind is. That's how Charmin's mind is. You know why? Because they've done so much personal development that when they go through a tough time, they're able to deal with it adequately. When someone gives them maybe says something to them that's a bit, you know, off key, they're able to respond in a mature way. Why? Because personal self-development is very, very important. So for me, yes, you've got to go into enough rooms. You know, me and Montel are going to go on a tour, 30-day tour. We're still going to do a lot of Zoom calls though. Definitely Zoom calls has been amazing for us, but we're gonna travel across a little bit, and we're gonna definitely go to Houston and really expand our brains. But one of the things that I'll say, guys, is personal development. To answer your question directly, personal development is everything. It's gonna be the be all end all, and you can't just do it once. You know, 10 minutes a day. You've got to do at least, if you're starting off, half an hour a day. But I do 2 hours a day. All my leaders do 2 hours a day, minimum. 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the nighttime. You got to do it. You've got to start and end your day with personal growth. I mean, yes, I have fun. Yes, we go out, we do this, we do that. We buy, whatever. But listen, you've got to always come back to the books, man, because leaders are readers, right? You've got to do it. You know, this is going to be one of the reasons that keeps you in the business. I always tell people is, if you want to find someone that's going to that's going to stay in the business long enough, they're going to be the ones that are doing personal development. Mm-hmm. You know, because personal development is a regimen. It's a regime. You can't skip it. It doesn't matter how high of a rank we are. It doesn't matter if you're a chairman 10, 25, 50. We're still doing the same things we've done. One of the things that Bryce Thompson told me, I FaceTimed him again the other day, and he said to me, bro, the only thing that I've done to get to chairman 500 is I've done the same thing I've been doing since the P150, but I've just been adding something different every time. So every single time I've leveled up, I get myself into more personal growth. I'm telling you right now, I'm doing more personal growth than ever before. I'm praying more than ever before. I'm eating healthier than ever before. Chairman in all areas. It's not just, oh, I'm a chairman on the back office. Anyone can do that. You have to be a chairman in your health. You have to be a chairman in the way you speak, right? You have to be a chairman in the way you dress. You have to be a chairman in the way that you approach people, the way that your relationships, the way your friendships are. It's a chairman in all areas, right? All areas. So for me, I make sure. But listen, guys, the personal growth that you do will attract more leaders. There's a system that I want to tell you guys about before I hand it to Montel, and it's called the AOL mentality. I learned this from David Imonitie, and this is called the AOL mentality. It's not talking about the online service AOL. It's attracting other leaders. Now, if you write down the word mentality, write it down on a piece of paper. Now, in the word mentality, I want to give you guys these areas where you can actually attract other leaders. How is it that Montel has attracted great leaders? Lydia Bryan, Charmin Mia, Clark, my boy St. V, all these great leaders, Joshua Camone, Abigail McCoy, all these P1s, P2s and above. Why do you think Montel's having a success? He's having probably the most momentous organization in the UK right now. Why is that happening for him? Very close to Chairman 25. He'll get this done in the next 30 days. Why is he doing that? It's not because he's some magical guy, or he is a bit magical actually, but it's because he's doing personal development. And let me tell you right now, write down that word mentality. Circle the first two letters. What does it say? Me. When you want to attract other leaders, you've got to develop you. You've got to develop yourself. Circle the next three letters. It says men. You want to not only attract yourself, you not only want to develop yourself, you also want to develop others around you. So you got to develop the leader within you before you can develop the leaders around you. There's a law called the law of the lid. The higher you go up in the level, you see, me hitting chairman, Montel hitting chairman is way more than just the money front. I'm telling you, yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it's great to make good money and it's amazing. But one of the biggest things that I'm excited about, and that's why we have to go chairman 25 quickly. We have to do it in the next 30 days. You know why? Because we have to raise our leadership lid. So people can look up and say, wow, they've hit this level. That means that I can do it. If we don't hit it, it's like, oh, they're comfortable. We keep hitting the next level. Next level is making someone believe it's possible. Okay? And so, men. So me, men. Circle the six letters, the first six letters. It says mentor. You've got to develop your mentality. You've got to personal development, affirmations, okay? Exercise, eating healthy, eat greens, eat alkaline food. Don't eat too many acidic foods. You know, you got to eat foods that are more, good for your body, okay? Healthy, asparagus, good meats, good fishes, right? Whatever you need, water, juices, okay? It will help your mental. I'm telling you, it will help your mentality. If you are what you eat. Have you noticed when someone eats a lot of unhealthy food, they feel sluggish, they feel tired, they can't do meetings because they're tired? That's why. Your diet, it's all a part of your mentality. And then the last stage of this word, mentality, is circle the last six letters, tality. Okay, it's not actually a word, but it's a phrase that David says, the great reality of your life. Free in its movement. The great reality in your life, free in its movement. This means that when you develop yourself, others around you, and your mentality and your mental state, you can now, you're gonna manifest the great reality of your life, which is your goal. What is your goal? Is your goal to have, our goal this year is to have 20 chairmen in 2020, and that's our goal. If you guys believe it, put 20 in the chat box. We are officially making this the affirmation. We said 50 P1Ks, that's too small, man. We've done that already. We need 20 chairmen in 2020. That is the goal. 20 brand new chairmen. But just to give you guys some inspiration, there's some leaders that are going. There's going to be five. There's going to be 5 chairmen in GTN in the month of June. I promise you. Mark my words, write it down, screenshot it, put it on your wall, write it on your head, write it on your forehead, write it on your arm, write it on your leg, put it on Instagram. There will be 5 chairmen in GTN in 2020, in June. 5 brand new chairmen, okay? There's a few of them on this call for sure, okay? So, your great reality of your life, free in its movement, okay? Develop yourself, and the great reality of your life will be accomplished. So, Mr. Montel, back to you. I'll probably ask you some questions now as well about your story.
Wow.
Thank you,
Wow, bro. So much value, man. I'm sure everyone's loving it. And bro, if you could sum this up in 1 minute, it's crazy because this just shows our relationship as brothers. You know, we love each other like crazy and we're on the phone to each other all the time. You know, if I look at, okay, cool, who can I call right now just to catch up with? It will be Jay, right? So, bro, you know, before we go into this call, we spoke about, you know, topics we can speak about in our leadership conversations, and we spoke about unity, right? So just in a minute, 2-minute summary,
real quick, I'll be done.
Yeah, what's the importance of unity? And especially a lot of people, they want the success, they want to go chairman, but they're not plugged in, right? They're not plugged into the calls like this. They're not plugged in. They're leaving calls halfway through, or, you know, they're not even plugging in the first place, right? So what's the chance of that person going chairman that's not plugged in? And, you know, what's the importance of unity to even stay plugged in?
Real quick, man, I can't wait to hear your story. I've got some really fire questions for you as well. But Montel, man, real quick, bro, you know, in terms of that unity, listen, guys, people keep asking for the secret. Bryce Thompson, what's your secret? 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 Another team that has great momentum right now is also Emery Holmes, Darwin and Darwin Lopez. They've got a great culture. As a matter of fact, if you guys didn't know, about 80% of the educators in IM, all of the educators, Manny Quinones, Christopher Derrick, Oren Wright, you know, Lisandro Tavares, Luke Longmire, they're all in Mr. Banks' team. They're all in his team. They're all the educators. The company, literally, the educators are all in his group. Kimberly Torres, you can go all the way on. Christopher Derrick, they're all in his group. Even Abel Melendez. So I asked him a question. I said, what's your secret? Because obviously him and Bryce, like, I feel like Mr. Banks is like the OG group. They've got like all of the you know, they've got, you know, a lot of guys, but obviously you got Bryce is like the new generation. And both of them gave me the same answer. I said, Junior, our team is united. Okay? Our team is united. They have the same culture, the same, yes, we have different team names. You know, we've got ICE, we've got, you know, they got, you know, DCN or Generational Wealth, or different group names, different team names within different teams, but we are one umbrella, one team, you know? And I believe the unity is so important, guys, because when you're united with your group, okay? When you're united with your group, like, one of the things that blocks, I want to tell you guys something. I want to be very, very real in this call. You know, I don't want to go too long, but I really just have to say this. If you have any conflicts with your upline or anybody in your group, don't expect to rank up in 2020. I'll say that again for those in the back. If you have any conflicts with anybody, whether it's the person that sponsored you, or whether it's your sponsor's sponsor, or someone in your group, it's going to be very hard for you to level up. But there's going to be a blockage on your success because you're not in unity with someone. And I've always remembered, I always have to check, how's my relationship with my leaders? I don't want to be this dictator type. I have to be this guy that's humble. I have to be able, there's certain things that Montel tells me and I do it. I said, bro, you know what? That's a good idea. You know, and you've got to have that unity. You don't want to be the guy that's always being the, hey, do this, do that. No, you want to give your leaders time to develop. You want to give them a chance to do what they need to do. You need to set the example. For example, just a little small things you want to do. For example, I started buying this ring light stuff. I'm using a ring light right now. Now the whole team's using ring lights because it's good for the you know, when you have the light on your face, it looks really nice. The lighting's good. You don't look like you're in a cave, right? Little things that I do, right? That develops a culture of unity that everyone does the same thing. And that's what Bryce has done. His team have the same mind, the same heart that he has. So stay plugged in with your leaders, stay coachable. Don't detach from your, that's probably one of the biggest mistakes I've seen people do. They detach from their mentor. Listen, people clash sometimes. Personalities clash. It happens to people. I'm not saying that you're always going to be on best terms with your team or with someone, your upline, but you want to resolve that as soon as possible, and you want to get back to being coachable and teachable and be under their wing, learning from them. Okay, there's some people that are really in a tight spot right now because they didn't allow for that situation to pass, and now they're in a situation where they're awkward with their upline. That's a problem. That's why you're not leveling up for 2020. You've got to resolve those issues, and if you really want to level up, you want to stay. Listen, I'm on David's phone. Ask Montel. Me and Montel are calling him every single day. David, talk to me. David, help me. Zayn Khan. I'm bugging. I call Zayn at 4 a.m. So that's my answer, guys. Unity, resolve any conflicts, love your team, love your upline, serve them, and they will serve you.
Wow. Thank you so much, bro. The value has been insane, bro. We appreciate you. And, you know, the way we just ask a question, you go in depth, you give them the whole shebang. That just really shows your leadership, bro. So thank you so much. And I know due to the time that we have, I'm not really going to spend too much on, you know, my story and, you know, how I really got to where we are as a family right now. But I'm going to go into a couple of things, right? And the first thing was this, right? You know, when I came in, if I was to break it down step by step, Junior was my source, right? My mentor is my source. And what I mean by that, if I come and I look at it like this, I was a bit like a baby, right? I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I didn't know, you know, what I needed to do trading. So the first thing I did, I was asking Junior so many questions. And you have to be annoying. If you're not annoying to your mentor, the chances of you having success, they drop completely, right? Because I'd rather be annoying, compare that to suffering in silence, right? So if you're in this call right now, you're trying to figure out yourself, you're trying to do everything yourself, it's going to take you a lot longer to get to that success compared to if you just asking questions. However, I didn't just ask a question every time a problem came up. What I did, I said, let me solve the problem 3 times. And if I still don't know the answer, then I'm going to ask Junior. Right? Sometimes we as people, we just want the easy option out. We want to hit up our mentor straight away. You know, we come up with one obstacle. We don't want to get over the obstacle ourselves. We just want to call our mentor. We want to call the juniors of the world. No, you have to figure it out 3 times. All right. So I always teach people, if you have a problem, figure that problem out 3 times before you even go to your mentor. Because what's that going to do? That's going to grow you as a person. All right. I didn't even know that myself. I just actually thought, you know, let me just kind of take the initiative to go out there and figure out a problem, but it was growing me, and I didn't even put that together until now I figured it out, right? So when I came in, guys, I want to give you this, right? I became a product of the product, right? You can ask Junior, when I first came in, my main intention was just to learn how to trade, just figure it out, learn how to make money. At the time, we had Brexit going on. That's how far away, you know, the time I got started was, right? The referendum was going on. I said, the banks are going to make money off us leaving. So why don't I make money too, right? So that was my main intention. I came in, you can ask Junior, I was putting 2 to 3 hours a day on the academy. All right, sometimes some of the newcomers on the call, or some people that have been here a couple months, they can't even put in 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day. All right, and they want to go chairman. Okay, you simply got to understand that it's going to take time. It's going to take sacrifice. I had to sacrifice the Netflix, the EastEnders, the Coronation Street, the time with the family to figure out how the academy worked. All right, so I came in and I really figured out the trading side of things. I got that unlocked. You know, I was calling Junior. He was helping me set up my live account. He was helping me set up my demo account. He gave me everything I needed. And then I really studied the academy, right? I watched it probably 2-3 times. I know I watched it 2 times within the first 2 weeks, but I watched it 3 times within my first month, right? Some of us haven't even watched it once within 2 months, 3 months, right? So that's what I was doing. And with that, looking back on it, it's really helped me so much, because I wouldn't be able to obtain the size of our team if I didn't know what I was talking about. All right. If, you know, we had, you know, Rory, if Rory asked me a question and I couldn't answer Rory's question, guess what? That my credibility goes down. So you really have to become a product of the product. You have to know how to show someone how to use swipe trades, how to show someone how to use gold cup, how to show someone how to use every service that there is. All right. Imagine this. Imagine you're working in Hugo Boss. Right, I come in and I say, excuse me, can I have a suit? Could you tell me about that suit? And you can't tell me. I'm not going to buy the suit. All right, it's the same thing with this. When you do get a customer coming into your business, you need to be able to direct them. You need to be able to show them, this is how the harmonic scanner works. This is how gold cup works. You don't have to be the best at it, but you just have to show them how it works, so they can then go on and conquer it, right? And then once they've conquered that strategy, they're now an asset to your team. You can now start to leverage that person. So that's what I really done. I came in, I really went through the trading side of things. And then naturally, guys, and for a lot of you guys who are going to go through this process, your friends are now going to see your results. They're going to ask you, hey, how can I get involved? Hey, this looks cool. You're making £50 in a day. How does it work? So for me, the marketing came very naturally because I was a product of the product. Sometimes people want to get started and straight away calling 100,000 people, and that's great. If you got the network to do that, that is great. But what I did, you know, I took some time out in the beginning to really focus on the trading. So then the marketing side really came naturally. You see, a lot of you guys, you end up burning your warm network, right? The people you know, you end up burning that contact list because you called them without even having results. You called them without even knowing what you was talking about. Right? You didn't even know what a pip was and you was telling them about the business. So now they're like, nah, I don't want to get involved. Then you're like, oh, why is no one getting involved? It's because you didn't know what you was talking about. So what I did, you know, I came in, I got the results. And what I was doing, right, I knew that I didn't want to just put it on my story. I didn't want to put it on Instagram. I didn't want to put it on Snapchat. I directly messaged the people I cared about. I directly messaged people that I wanted to share my success with. I directly messaged people that I wanted to help. So when they see their phone, oh, Montel's messaged me, they're going to look into it. They're not just going to click on my story and people say, yeah, hit me up if you're interested in making money. Like, the chance of someone hitting you up from seeing that message, very slim. But if you directly message them, you know, look, I just made £50 today. I'd love to show you how it works. What do you think they're going to do? They're not going to air your message. They're going to reply. And then from there, you're going to show them the plan and get them started. So, you know, that's what I was doing when I came in my early days, really mastered the services. You know, we had the Fusion Scanner, Junior, you know what that was, right? We had the Fusion Scanner. We had all of these type of services back in the day. But I became a product of the product. And then, you know, as David said, right, it's really about service to many, which will lead to greatness. When we came in, you know, I figured out how to use a tool. So I made sure every time I present the business, I'm talking with someone on my team. Every time I have a meeting with a prospect, I also would have a meeting with a team member as well. Make sure they're good, make sure everyone knows what they're doing, making sure that we set goals together, right? It's very important. If you want to grow your team, to also retain your team, guys, right? You have to retain your team. And how you do that? People always say, Montel, you know, what's the key to retention? How do you keep people in your business? Retention for me is just relationships, right? It's not having the best products. It's not having people make £1,000 in the first day. Yeah, if that happens, that's great. That helps. But the real retention is relationships. You got relationships with people, they're rather going to stay in your business compared to, you know, just being strangers. Right? If you got strangers in your business probably won't last that long. But if you got relationships, you know, you got brotherhood like myself and Junior, you know, you have people like Reese and Bradley, you know, you look at their relationships, you see genuine brotherhood right there. You look at, you know, Clark, Daniel, Jason, people that are coming up in the game, they're a solid unit. So we know that their team's not going to crumble. So you want to build your team with solid relationships, and that way your retention will increase so much. And I was doing these things, I weren't even aware of it. Right? But every time I had a meeting to present the business, I would also have a meeting with someone on my team. So how you could take that in today's day and age, every time you have a Zoom call showing the presentation, you can also have a Zoom call for a new member that just got started in your team and just check up on your team, right? You know, that's what I was doing. So, you know, coming up, you know, me and Junior, we have real competitive spirit. You want to have that as well. You don't want to just be here laid back and say, oh, one day my time's going to come. All right, I'm just going to wait for it to come. Right? You don't want to have that. Junior and myself, we did not have that. I would see Junior go platinum 150. I said, I need to go platinum 150. I see Junior go platinum 6. I said, I need to go platinum 6. Right? Is that and we're not competing, guys. I want you to write this down. We don't compete, but we complete each other. Right? You want to have a culture where not people, yeah, you're platinum 1,000. All right, I need to go platinum 1,000. You know, I want to hit it before you, right? You don't want to do that. You want to have people completing each other. There was a saying that I read in a leadership book. It says, I got gaps, you got gaps, but together we haven't got no gaps. You check this out, right? In my hands, there's gaps right now. There's gaps on this hand, gaps on this hand. We come together, there's no gaps. We're solid as a unit. Right? So you look at what Junior and myself was doing, we were completing each other. I was looking at his gaps, he was looking at my gaps. We came together, so we didn't have no gaps, and look what happened to today, right? Today, you know, we're both chairmen and an organizer in this whole company, right? So that's the beauty of completing. So what I would do, I would identify people, you know, I'm from Croydon, so we had a large team in Croydon, right? People that would just attend parties all the time. But what would happen when it came to structuring my business, I put people from a certain area together, and that would create an explosion. So when you guys come, you start to grow your business. You want so for example, my cousin who's on the call right now, he knows someone that's just recently, you know, become a platinum 150 in my team. So when my cousin gets started, I'm gonna place him with that person that's just gone platinum 150 because they know each other, right? So when you, as David said, you want to keep the fire burning, right? If there's fire somewhere, you don't want to take away from the fire. You want to simply add to it. So those are some of the things I was doing. I was constantly growing on personal development, constantly, you know, building my belief, right? That's the most important thing. David's really come into my life and just taking that to a whole different level. And I spoke to Jay, and, you know, this is one key thing I want to give to you guys, because, you know, I often, if you guys have been on some of my mentorship calls, I show people my back office, right? I show people my back office and I show them the growth, right? Now, if you look at it from the 1st of April, right? From the 1st of April, you guys knew that I was a Platinum 5000 for 2 years. That couple of weeks or that month, you know, we had a dip, right? And I actually went down from Platinum 5000 to Platinum 2000. So from the 1st of April, I was actually a Platinum 2000, right? But if you look at today, Junior will tell you this, we have over 800 people in our organization right now, okay? So if I look at my dip from the 1st of April, we had around 220 to where we are right now with over 800 guys, right? That's probably been a month and 2-3 weeks, a month and 2-3 weeks. All right. Now, what created that hyper growth? What created that quantum leap? I'm going to show you guys, right? And, you know, this can work for you if you're just a customer, if you're just coming in to trade. But this is one thing I can really give to you guys before I hand it back to Jay and we can chop up some questions. But it's all about your belief, right? Because I was working. I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I've been working, speaking to people, showing them the plan. 2.5 years of just work, right, got me some results. Right? But if you look at that month and a half that has just happened, that has tripled everything that I've been doing for the last 2.5 years. So what was that thing? What was that one thing that I'd done in the last month and a half that tripled my whole business that I couldn't do, you know, 2.5 years ago, or in 2.5 years time, right? Or in the 2.5 years that I was in the opportunity, okay? It was simply this, right? I spoke to June, I said, Jay, I see your belief, I see your energy is shifted, it's completely changed. Bro, what's going on? Like, I've been where you are, right? But what did you do? Like, what did you do? It was a genuine change about Junior. He said, Montel, you have to put up the signs. I kid you not. He said, Montel, you have to put up the signs. I said, all right, bro. With me, I'm an obsessive person, right, when it comes to success. If someone gives me an idea or something that can contribute to my success, I'm all over it. I don't just do it once, but I do it 10 times. I don't just do it 10 times, I do it 100 times, right? And for you guys, maybe your site's not on chairman. It might just be on being a successful trader, right? Or it might just be on learning the skill set, right? But for you, it all starts with your burning desire, right? Everything starts with your burning desire. You need a desire in life, right? You're probably not here on this call just to become nothing or just to do nothing, or you just want to lay at home all day. Maybe if you do, that's still a desire. You want time freedom, right? So with me, I'm going to show you how I've really changed things through my desire. Now, the first thing starts with, David said, your 5 reasons why, okay? So you want to have your why inside, right? Your reasons why. That's going to motivate you to go and learn the skill of trading. That's going to motivate you to learn how to prospect. When people give you obstacles, right? If you look at your reason why, that's going to push you through. So if I look at what I'm even looking at right now on a call like this, right? You know, you will see this right here, right? That's my mom. I remember on her birthday, right? I took her to the Shard, and she stood in front of this Rolls Royce, and I said, wow. I said, that Rolls Royce, it looks really good on you, right? I need to get you that Rolls Royce, right? But now I'm going to show you what happened in the last month, right? The last month and a half that really got us to where we are right now. And it was the signs, guys. David talks about this all the time. David does this as well. Junior does this as well. You know, you look at the signs, I know exactly where I'm going, right? I know exactly where I'm going. Right, I'm seeing my next level here, Champion 25. So even if you're a guest on the call and you want to go Platinum 150, you want to be putting Platinum 150 everywhere. You're Platinum 150, you want to go Platinum 600, you want to be putting that everywhere. If you're a 3-figure trader, you want to be a 4-figure trader, you need to put that everywhere, right? Put 5-figure traders, whatever it is, right? You know, you see this is a Lamborghini that we're going to purchase, and I'm seeing it all the time, right? You know, over here, I'm seeing it all the time. Literally, I'm seeing my goals everywhere. If I was to come to my ensuite right now, right, in my bathroom, you guys are seeing it right here, right? I'm seeing where I'm going. Red Ferrari, I'm seeing where I'm going. All right, Chairman 25, I see it all the time. If I close the door, I see my goals right there. I'm so happy and grateful now, right? I literally see it every single way. You can see it right there, Chairman 25. You see it everywhere, even on the toilet, guys. On the toilet, you see it right there, right? So You know, that's the power of really putting your signs and your goals everywhere, and you have to do it. You actually have to do it. If you want to get to the next level of in your life, you have to put the signs up. And I'm going to tell you why it's so important, because, you know, before, guys, check this out, right? I told you about the 2.5 years of me, you know, June. I went to Platinum 5,000 in 9 months. I was at that level for 2 years. Now, at that level, I couldn't see where I was going, right? So I was getting frustrated. Business going up, get excited. Business goes down, I get frustrated, right? And that's normal. But whatever you focus on grows, okay? So if I'm looking at blank walls, I'm not seeing where I'm going, but I'm seeing the business going down. Guess what's on my mind more? Why is business going down? I'm getting frustrated, right? I'm overthinking things, okay? So what starts to happen now is that starts to grow, and I become more frustrated now because my business is going up. I start taking it out on some of my teammates. Like, listen, man, why don't you go platinum with it? Oh, why are you taking so long to go? Because I don't see where I'm going. Now, if I see a blue Lamborghini, right, my red jet, my red yacht, everything, right, Ferrari yacht, I'm seeing these things. I'm seeing where I'm going. I can't get mad, you know, if business isn't necessarily jumping up by 100 people in a day, right? Because I know exactly where it is that I'm going. I know that it's just a matter of time. And when you have that constant reminder of where you're going, it doesn't matter what happens on a day-to-day basis. You're going to be living at perfect peace because you know your time's coming, right? I can see right here a yacht. I know for a fact I see Charmin, Junior, Cat, all my leaders. I see the whole of us on that yacht right there. I see all of you guys on the call on the yacht, right? I see it because it's going to happen. So I want you guys to remember this. If it's out of mind, then it's out of sight, all right? If you don't have your goals in mind, you will not achieve them. Or you could, but the chances will be very slim. You look at anyone, and you know, this is a powerful one, right? This is a powerful one. I believe it's on my bathroom window. But you know, everyone knows Drake, right? Drake's an amazing artist. I just wanted that. It's like a garden, right? It's a garden, a picture of the garden. I saw it. I said, I want my garden to look like that. But the crazy thing is, you know how you can go on Google, you can click on the picture, it brings you to the website. On that website, it said Drake manifested this garden. And I said, what? I said, I was just about to do the same thing. It said Drake had this screenshot of his garden on his laptop wallpaper for 7 years, and now he just purchased that garden, guys. All right? So it's not just David, it's not just Junior, it's not just Kat, it's not just Charmin, it's not just myself, it's not just the leaders in I Am that are doing this. You have your favorite musicians doing this, all right? Because before you must, you know, get there, right? Before you get there, before you get to that garden, before you get to that mansion, you must go there in your mind. You see, you can't go somewhere, you can't get somewhere that you've never been before because you don't know what's possible. So if I'm seeing these things all the time, my belief is increasing, right? Now you have to raise the bar. You look at the word bar, belief, action, results. Once you raise your belief, how did I do it? Through my environment, all right? I raise my belief through my environment, what I'm seeing, what I'm listening to. Right? I raise my belief that way. So guess what? If I'm seeing a Ferrari in front of me and I'm just like feeling, oh, I'm sluggish today, I don't want to do too much, I don't want to go through the trading videos today, it just doesn't work. If I'm seeing a Ferrari, I'm seeing that this is the vehicle that's going to allow me to get to that Ferrari. Let me raise my actions now. And in turn from raising my actions, that's going to raise my results. So then I can get the results and go to that Ferrari dealership, and it's done, right? It's done. I'm going to go to them. I'm going to say, listen, can I have the keys, right? Because my belief is at all-time high. My actions then raise to that all-time high, and then the results will come in turn, right? And guys, I can kid you not, the business has grown. It's tripled. It's about to quadruple. Why? Because I don't just have one sign, but I have it everywhere, right? If I constantly see it, if I have 100 signs, I see myself going towards that goal at 100 miles per hour, right? 100 miles per hour. If I got one sign, I'm going to go 1 mile per hour. So it depends on you. The faster you want to get to your goal, the more I say have it around you, right? It's like concentrated juice, right? Orange squash. If you want it to be very sweet, you're going to put a lot of orange squash in it. If you want it to be, you know, very mild, you're just going to put a little bit, right? So I understand that success loves speed. I need to see my goals everywhere so I can get there faster. So there's not a moment in time where you're like, my subconscious is always picking up. I'm looking at a camera right now, but I'm seeing all of this. It's in me. It's in my information, right? It's literally, I'm thinking about it. It might not be on my conscious mind, but my subconscious mind is picking it up. And that's what's really allowed us to elevate the business on a whole different level, because I'm not just doing that for myself. But you speak to any of my leaders, right? You have people in our group chat every day showing their environment, showing what they've done to their room, right? You know, you have people like Uriah in Northampton, right? He just took a video of his whole room. He's done the same thing, So I know that it might not happen tomorrow. He might not hit platinum 150 tomorrow. He might not make 6 figures trading tomorrow, but I know it's already done, right? Because it's already done when you can conceive a thought. It's done spiritually when you can conceive a thought. But when you can take pen or you can take paper and you write that spiritual thought on paper in the physical world, it's only a matter of time. Okay, guys? So we all want success. We all want to do all the nice cars. We want to do all the nice things, but we don't want to believe, right? And, you know, don't get me wrong. There are people that don't do this and they get to success. There are people that don't do this and they get their goals. They make $1 million. They make 2 million. But guess what? Those people that do it and they don't believe, maybe in another company, they won't be able to do the same thing, right? In another opportunity, they won't be able to do the same thing. In another decade, they won't be able to do the same thing. But when you master belief and visualizing your belief and celebrating your goals and your achievements, right? Guess what? I could be whatever I'm doing. If I have my goals everywhere, I know the results will happen. All right. Me and Junior, we're not stressed out about Chairman 25. We know it's going to happen. Chairman 50, we know it's going to happen. And people are asking us, like, Junior, man, how do you feel going Chairman? Montel, how do you feel going Chairman? I said I was already there. I've already been there, right? And if I'm constantly seeing Chairman 10, I'm going to start thinking, what does Montel think as a Chairman 10? What does Montel look like as a Chairman 10? So I'm seeing it all the time. It's on my mind. So when I get there, when the physical finally reflects what's happening in the spiritual, it's only been a matter of time. I've already been there, guys. So I really want you guys to take that. If you can take anything from my journey, because I could give you all the wrongs, but this is the thing that really went right. All right. And this is the thing I'm going to continue to do again and again and again and again and again. Right? Because guess what? I know that it's worked. I know that it's going to continue to work. Right? But it's now about how many lives can I show that this works to, so it can work in their life and actually change their life as well. And for every single one of you guys, I hope you can take that. I hope you can really, you know, start to visualize your success on a bigger level, believe on a bigger level, and in turn, you're going to get bigger actions and bigger results, right? So if that made sense, drop a 777 in the chat. All right, we're going to wrap up right now. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Love every single one of you guys. Jay, I'm going to see if Jay's on the call. My brother.
Yes, sir. I think we should close out here, man. I think they got enough sauce.
They got all the sauce now, right? They got all the sauce, right? When you guys get Chairman on that back office, we want to say, oh, thank you, Junior, for that call, man. Thank you. What's up with that? All right, bro. I'm going to hand over to you. I'm going to let you close out this call, bro. You know, I've done a lot of talking, so I'm going to hand it over to you. Appreciate you. Love you, bro. And let's get it, man.
Bro. Let's close it together, man. Let's close it on the Chairman screen, bro. You know the vibes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to teach them about the culture. If you got some guests on the call, teach them about the culture, bro.
I mean, listen, guys, we want to just celebrate and go crazy, to celebrate every single bit of success that we desire, that we believe is possible. Tomorrow, we've got, also, before we end this call, we've got a large webinar tomorrow. Don't miss out. We're going to be celebrating a brand new Chairman 10, Miss Katrina Wurges. She's actually here right now, doing a webinar right now. Just sending some love. She obviously can't really see, might be able to see her. She's over there in the corner doing a webinar. But she is about to be celebrated as a brand new chairman in the company. Really excited for her. And guys, we want to make sure we're all in that call, supporting our sister, supporting her, getting excited, getting fired up. Get your guests on that call. It's going to close them because you're going to hear some amazing stories of some amazing promotions. I think we've got a brand new P2K as well, some other promotions. So let's really make sure we promote that call as big as we can. Let's try and get 1,500 on that call minimum. Definitely. Let's make it so packed that people have to be on early to get in. That's what that's how powerful the call's going to be tomorrow. So let's end on the Chairman screen, guys.
Let's go.
Let's get excited. I want to start making your phone calls for the call tomorrow. I put it on my story. The flyers on my story. So if you need any details, let me know. But let's promote this call heavily, guys. Let's go. So we're gonna count to 3, and we're gonna go crazy. I wanna shoot. How can we mute everybody here? I'm gonna
unmute everyone when we get to 3.
All right, cool. Let's go. So we're gonna go crazy, and we're gonna celebrate our success. Chairman scream. We're gonna scream for Chairman. We're gonna scream for everything that we've ever wanted, guys.
I'm gonna count you in. I'm gonna say 1, you say 2, and then we say 3 together, and we all gonna scream, baby. Let's go. So 1.
Let's go. 2.
3.
Let's go.
Let's go.